Hello and welcome to another episode of the Ferret Business. So if you quickly look on the right hand of my screen, you saw that I had Soul Fray. Unfortunately, I did just die. If we actually pull our quest book, which we should do some of these, I've died 21 times. Not just barely, but I've died various different ways. Fire 5 times. Those are mainly by the Nine Tails. These guys are devastating. It is impossible to kill them. 15 monsters and an explosion. That was that creeper pet thing. That was interesting. But one of these, it was funny. I was moving my laptop and stuff, and my mom was talking to me. And I had a bucket of lava in my hand. I dropped the bucket of lava on the ground, I guess, or placed it. And I quickly picked it up. And I lit myself on fire. About a while ago. I just thought that was, a little funny in a way. Alright, so, I didn't go there. Last episode, if I can find it, last episode we were working on creating some machines, and setting up some possible power things. I did end up, I'm using the seed analyzer, we'll see exactly why here in a bit, but there's this agricultural journal. This is a pain. So if you look at this, these can be any seed, even the default vanilla. Well, they're called seeds to grow the wheat, and then crop sticks, which is sticks, and book and quill. You look at this recipe, you don't think it's very difficult. Book and quill obviously is just the default, and there's some other variations. But originally, and now that I'm actually looking at them, kick myself in the face. But originally, I thought it could only be done with ink sacs. So I have searched and searched and searched for ink sacs, and I have not seen a single squid. Not a single squid since starting this world. I don't know what the deal with that is. But I just have not seen one. But there is a way to actually craft ink sacs in this mod, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of, convoluted. So you need some kind of dye or an ink sac. But floral black powder, that's what I want. Which is a more pestle, which is actually just a bowl, a plank, and a stick. It's really easy. This is all from Botania, this side. Mystical black flowers, you can get them from the petals. You can get from either flowers, or you can get from these ones. This is what I did. I converted these to the petals, and I ground it up, and then I combined it with a piece of rotten flesh and a water ball to make an ink sac. Because I thought you needed ink sac, and it comes to find out you don't. Which, I don't know. Anyways, you can tell I'm kind of hurting on food. I'm growing out these crops now. I analyzed them. This one started at 111. This one started at 266. This is my better of the cotton seeds. I'm only growing cotton because they give you these cotton things. And this you can turn to string. Not that we actually need it. Obviously that one's better. I can analyze that one if I want to. But you can see I only got 1 carrot. When these come out to a 10-10-10, they'll always give 4 produce. So what I did was I actually made a second redstone furnace. Let's take all this stuff out. And I also made a matok. This is basically Tinker's Construct's version of a hoe. It can also be used as a axe and a shovel, but it's not terribly efficient. That's why I'm using an axe and shovel as well. But this is basically the hoe. I did say I was going to show you guys how to make the moss. Let me do that real quick, because I did forget to do that. So a ball of moss can be any of these stone variants. What I did was I made stone brick, and you can actually turn this into mossy cobblestone using the chisel, which is kind of a cheaty way to do it. Because you look at all the air recipes, and it at least requires a wheat, water, some machines, etc. But yeah, I just use the chisel. Most people do it that way. So I'm gonna eat up this carrot real quick. So we're actually gonna take care of that. So I made the second redstone furnace. Because there's this upgrade for the redstone furnace. It's called the tranvection chamber, which actually increases your food output. I believe it doubles it, and it actually uses less energy, but it can only cook food. So I made a second one just so we can use it for food, because that's how we're going to produce our power for the time being. So I craft that. I actually didn't even. I should have told you guys the recipe. But yeah, it's just the redstone reception coil, which we saw last time. Some silver, which you had again, oregen, and redstone and bricks. So it's pretty straightforward. Let's go sleep real quick. I did find this sunflower. I believe I found that before last episode, actually. I just forgot to mention it. So I'm trying to grow up some of those crops, so we can get 10 tons at least on a couple of those. I should do it with the seeds as well, but for the time being, I'm not going to bother with it. So we're going to go down here. We don't need you. Alright, so if we... I don't know how I want to do this. So I want to break a hole in this wall. That's the center. We do have a cave-ish, kind of a cave-ish over here. I'm not really much of a cave, and this actually goes down to the dungeon down there. But I'm going to throw down our culinary generator right there. It's going to look kind of dirty and nasty for the time being, but it is what it is. Actually, we could fix that up real quick. Cobblestone, need it. I'll patch that spot because we're not actually going to see it. Alright, so like I said, this burns food to produce power. Let's go grab some food real quick so we can start generating power. And they vary. Different things will produce a different amount of power based on what they are. I think I'm just going to start off with this blueberry juice. I'm going to drink some as well. So all you have to do is you got to throw the blueberry juice or whatever food you want in there, and it will actually slowly start generating power. It's hard to see because of any eye there. But I'm at 4,000 something. Yeah, I mean, there's a way to disable that, but then I have to re-enable it every time. So we're going to hook that up to the flux duct. And the flux duct is actually just going to go behind here. Let's stick a torch, a couple torches down too. Let's seal this top part back up. Alright, so that's generating power. You can already see it's at 17,000. I don't know, it's burned through a couple. 20 power for a minute and a half, I think it was. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's much more than what we were making at the start of this video. Or last episode. So we're going to want one of these that just cooks food. So you can see it actually connecting. We're going to come in here. We're going to shift click on that to disable all the outputs. Because this one, we just want food. So if we go into augmentation, we don't need allows for size to be reconfigured. That's what we just did. Allows for redstone control. We don't need the redstone control. So we're going to take out that one, and we're actually going to put in the food one. And then here we're going to stick another redstone furnace. This one is going to be for our actual redstone uses. So we're going to come down here. We're going to disable those. Pulverizer, we're going to set on top of that. We're going to re-enable the input to the top. We're going to disable that, and we're going to put output to the bottom, and this is both slots. These actually can produce secondary items. That's why I wanted to get into this. Oh, what am I doing? And then we got our sag mill. That we can place. I'm just gonna place all of these back here. That way we can keep expanding onto this. We're gonna place our sag mill there. And this is going to allow us to essentially does the same thing as a pulverizer in a way, but you can see the augmentation there as well by shift and looking at it. So we're going to be burning through that pretty quick. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have to come up here. And what's cool about most mod Minecraft, if you are not familiar with it, you can usually take the wheat. Which this is another reason why I want to grow up our stats on everything. You take the wheat and you can actually turn into wheat flour. Because we got that augmentation, or however you want to pronounce it, it's going to basically double our food supply. So I got 4 stacks of wheat flour. These can be baked into wheat. It says right there, bake into bread. Also used for baking a cake. If we stick that in this furnace, it does burn through pretty quick. You can see it's doubling our bread. And in an earlier episode, I did show a way to. We're also going to be smelting up some iron while we're doing this. I did, pulverize it, so I can show you this as well. So this pulverizes that. This is actually going to be losing power because we're not producing enough power. Unfortunately, you can actually hear them running. Yep. But as I was saying, so earlier in the series we saw how we could bake the bread into toast. We're actually going to do that, and we're going to be using the toast for the time being in this. I'm doing the iron right now so we can actually make a hopper. So we can use that to pull from an inventory above. We'll probably use one of these chests. Do so. Or not chests, but better barrels. We're actually going to need a chest. I didn't even know I had this many chests here, to be honest. Crafting table. And we're going to make a vanilla hopper. So just to know about these crops, in most mod packs, weeds is enabled. So if you set it up like this, you actually get weeds, and they'll kill your crops. But in this mod pack, it appears that they are disabled. So I'm not too concerned about it. Because we're just going to go like that as well. So I do it like this just so it keeps spreading. As it spreads, it actually gains its stats up. That's just a very basic explanation of what's going on. Alright, let's go back down here. We're going to have to move this torch. How's our lighting? Our lighting is fine, it appears. I'm going to place that there. And a better barrel on top of it, like so. Actually, that being said, I'm going to turn it so it's facing outwards, like that. I made a byproducts for those. And you can, like I said, it'll double the bread. So ultimately, you are getting 4 toast per piece of wheat, which is ridiculous. Whereas normally it will take 3 pieces of wheat to make 1 bread, which you can turn to 1 toast. And then we got this way up here, so we can actually infinitely create power just from that. This is a completely renewable resource. It's actually really nice because it's close, convenient, and there's a lot of plots up here. And then if we ever got into a situation where we need to, we could grow up these so then we could get 4 wheat per plant, which I'll probably end up doing off camera. I really don't want to do that on camera because look how there's a lot up here. Oh, those are carrots. Oh well, that's gonna drive me nuts. But anyways, that'll be probably one of my plans. I might even bring it down one block so we don't have to jump up here. And then there's another one right there. So we are loaded on food. Most people have issues with mod packs, but I mean nobody lives pretty much on top of a village as well, which would be convenient to do. So let's come down here. I don't even know. See, the problem with that is I can't see how much we actually have in there. We are still producing power slowly. So if I stick the bread in here, I click, I want to make sure that I shift click on with empty hand to lock it. So now we can only put toast in there. Because you can see the toast is actually going into the item hopper. That way we don't run dry on that. So off camera, I am going to process through probably all of my ore. I don't see a reason to keep it in the ore form. The only ones that are worth keeping ore form is redstone and coal. But unfortunately, we don't have a way to get the ores for those right now. The other thing that would be worth keeping in ore form is nether ores, which we haven't even gotten into yet. So that's kind of my basic setup. I'm going to go check on my time, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I just want to double check and see how we're doing on time. Looks like we are doing fine. We got 21 iron. This hasn't made any byproducts yet, unfortunately. I'm looking. There is a byproduct for the iron. There's 92 recipes here, but yeah, you can see some of the things you can get out of this. Oh yeah, dense ores as well is useful. But there is a byproduct for iron. I don't know. Can you get double? Oh yeah, you can double your flowers too. Cool. We might do that off camera as well. But yeah, there's a byproduct for the iron. I was thinking maybe it showed there too. But the byproduct for the iron is the ferrous product, which is nickel. I'm not quite entirely sure what's called. Let's see, like the copper byproduct is gold. It's only got a 10% chance, but it's still better than nothing. I can't find it for the life of me right now, for some odd reason. I was kind of hoping I could find that for you guys. I mean, I could search it. But then you guys can also see some of these recipes here as well. Why can't I not find it? Let me... Yeah, right here, ferrous. And we can combine ferrous with, I think, 2 or 3 iron and make something called invar. And then we can upgrade all of our pipes and such to run on the invar, which is really nice to be able to do that. Actually, I'm really curious to see. We actually might just live on toast from now on because we got such an abundance. Alright, there's still 7 left. I don't know. Turn that out. Yeah, see, this will produce 55,000 at 28 RF per tick, so we're going to be gaining almost a third. This one is 39,000 at 20. So toast is definitely a decent amount better, if not almost twice as good as the blueberry juice that we're using. Once this one fills up, we'll be stabilized on our power and such. But that's gonna be what I'm gonna be doing off camera. I'm gonna burn through all the ores I'll let you guys know if I do find anything interesting. And hopefully these will be 10, 10, 10. I'll probably do the same with the seeds, like I said. However, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If so, then make sure you leave a like. And if you're new around here, then make sure you subscribe for some more awesome content. But other than that, I'll catch you all next time. See ya.